Hey everyone, it's Melissa Metcalf here, coming to you live from the Fitness Center at Foothills Wellness Center. So today is Monday, April the 20th, and it's at 1:30 Eastern Standard Time, so we have the Total Body Ball class. Getting started just a few minutes early, just making sure you can see me, making sure that the camera's in the right location where you can see all of the different poses and exercises that we're going to do today. So we'll give it just a few seconds here to catch up to exactly 1:30. Hopefully some people will be joining us. If they're not joining us live, always remember through the end of April, you can visit our YouTube channel where you can re-watch all of the Total Body Ball classes, TRX and or the free yoga classes through April. So we hope that you have enjoyed these free classes. We're hoping to get back to in-person classes. So if you ever have any questions about the in-person classes, we would love to answer those questions. You can give us a call here at Foothills Wellness Center, 828-859-5004, or simply shoot us an email, foothillswellnesscenter@gmail.com. So I've got exactly 1:30. Let's get started. So if you have an exercise ball, that's where we're gonna start. So I'm coming back to the mat, making sure that I have a good handle on that exercise ball before I sit on it. Feet are going to be hip width apart, so we have just a little bit of a gap here, gently bouncing. So you can place those hands on those legs if you're comfortable, engaging that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine, or you can always hold on to the exercise ball as well if you feel more comfortable that way. So the exercise ball allows us to build up those core muscles, which in turn then strengthens those low back muscles as well. So this exercise routine was developed by Dr. Picone here at Foothills Wellness Center many years ago when he practiced down in Miami, Florida. And this is a great daily routine for people and for strengthening, and it's also a great rehab as well. So let's get started with the warm-up. So the arms are coming out, shoulder height here, palms face together. We're going to take a breath in through our nose. When we do, we're opening up those arms, opening up that chest. So inhale, arms are coming out. Exhale through your mouth. Arms are coming back together. So inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale and exhale. We're going to place those palms down, face down on those knees. Inhale, the arms are going up. Exhale, they're coming back down. Slow, controlled movement here, engaging that core. Find that belly button, suck it to your spine. Here we go. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. One more. Inhale. And exhale. Notice as I'm gently bouncing those knees, my waist never goes below those knees. That's how you can tell if you have the right exercise ball for you. Also notice at all times my chin is level, so I'm not looking down. Shoulders are down and back, so I'm really opening up that chest, making sure that I'm getting those nice, deep lymphatic breaths. So now what we're going to be doing is sign of the cross. So we're going to go forward, back, side to side. So what we're trying to do here is create a little bit of an imbalance, a little bit of an instability. So that way we can really strengthen those ab muscles, the core, and also work on that low back. So we're going to go forward. I like to have my hands out to the side. It just helps me with that balance. Helps me to remember to engage that core. When I do, I find that belly button, suck it to my spine. Those bum muscles contract, so I'm kind of holding on to the ball just a little bit. And back. Gently bouncing. Coming back center, and then out to the side. So notice when I go to the side, my left hip here is just a little off the ball. That's what's creating that imbalance. And so I'm really having to engage my core here to stay on the ball. But I'm not leaning to either direction here. I'm making sure that that's fine. I'm sitting up nice and straight and tall. Then we're going to the right. All right, we're going to be doing 2 more of these. So here we go. Forward. Coming back. and side to side. So this is the sign of the cross. And to the right. So we've got one more. Forward. Make sure that core is engaged. Back. And then side to side. It always helps if you're doing this at home, if you have a mirror where you can check that spine position, your back position, making sure that you're sitting up nice and straight and tall. You're not shrugging those shoulders up, causing the upper back to kind of constrict. And then coming back to center. So now we're going to create a little bit more of an imbalance with the single leg bounce. So beginners, right heel on the floor or on the mat. You're gently bouncing here. More advanced. See if you can lift that leg up, hold it. Engage that core. If you feel like you're going all over the ball, really engage that core. Breathing. And gently placing that right foot back on the mat. So now opposite. Left. So beginners, left heel on the floor. More advanced, lifting that left leg up. Engage that core. So if you find that you're going to one side of the ball or the other, try to really engage that core and kind of control that movement, control that action. So we're really focusing on that core and in turn strengthening those low back muscles. Good. And now gently placing that left foot back on the floor and or mat in front of you. We're going to come to a gentle stop on our ball. Be very careful here, making sure that you have your feet placed evenly on the floor. If you need to, grab onto the exercise ball, and we're going to stand up. All right. I'm going to tuck my exercise ball just in the corner here. It's going to be easy to get to so it doesn't run all over the room. So now we're going to move to our resistance bands. You'll notice that this is attached to a grab bar here. Once again, if this is your first class watching here, door handle will do the same thing. Shut the door. It's about the right height for this exercise. Underhand grip, wrist is straight, elbow is straight. So from here, resistance bands, moving forward decreases the resistance. Moving back, of course, increases, as you can see, the resistance. We're going to stand here facing the ankle with our chest. Shoulders are down and back, relaxed. Feet are hip width apart. Toes are pointing towards the anchor. Chin is level. We're breathing. Engage that core. And we're coming back for 10. So we always want to start on our strong arm first. This is going to teach then our weak arm, particularly if you have a weak arm and you're rehabbing a shoulder, elbow injury, whatever the case may be. 9 times out of 10, it's usually a shoulder injury. 2 more. And last one. So now we're just going to switch arms, coming to the right. 4, 10. So I'm checking my position again. I'm going to quickly look down, make sure that my toes are pointed towards the anchor. My feet are hip width apart. I've got my core engaged. I'm controlling this resistance. So once I come back, I'm not allowing that band to fly and my arm to fly back to the anchor. We want that negative and positive resistance. That's what strengthens and builds muscle. I've got 2 more. Last one. Good. So remember, we're doing 2 sets of 10. So now we're moving back to the left arm, checking my form, breathing. Core's engaged, chin is level. Notice I'm not moving those hips. Those hips are planted, so I'm not twisting with this. I'm letting that arm and shoulder do the work. 3 more. And last one. Good. So last set of 10 on the right. Here we go. Notice this arm is loose. I don't have my fist balled. I don't have that shoulder cocked up. I'm breathing. I'm not letting that belly hang out. I've got that core engaged. 2 more. And 1 more. Good. So now we're going to move to the out. So I'm I'm going to grab that band with my left hand. I'm going to stretch it out from that shoulder. Notice that my right shoulder is pointed towards the anchor. So wherever you have that exercise resistance band attached, that is considered the anchor. So once again, chin is level, shoulders are square, they're down, they're relaxed. Here, if you're dealing with shoulder issues, starting at this angle, where it's coming right across the bottom of that breastbone or your abdomen, this is perfectly fine. What we're looking for here is that scapula and shoulder blade movement. Ideally, you want to be able to work up to where that wrist is straight out from the shoulder and you're coming straight across the chest here. Notice once again, this arm is loose. This shoulder is down and relaxed, so I don't have this shoulder up to my ear. Chin is level, core is engaged. So we're doing, once again, 2 sets of 10 here. Got one more. Good. So now we're moving to the right. So left shoulder is pointed to the anchor. I'm coming out. Feet are hip width apart. Shoulders are square. And once again here, notice that I'm not moving my hips. I'm controlling this resistance. I'm not allowing, once I get out here, that band to slap back to the anchor. It's that nice negative and positive resistance here. And if you can see here, that shoulder blade movement and then the top of the shoulder here as well. That's what we're looking for. 2 more. 1 more. Good. All right. Remember, 2 sets of 10. So here we go. Back to the left. Check that form. Looking down quickly. Then chin is level. Core is engaged. Breathing. Really focusing on that movement of that shoulder blade and that scapula. Focusing on my core. I've got 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good. All right. Last set of 10 on the right arm. Here we go. Checking that form. Chin is level. Core is engaged. Left shoulder is down and relaxed while we're working the right shoulder. Really focus on that shoulder blade, scapula movement here. I've got 3 more. And last one. Good. All right, so now we're just going to gently tuck that exercise band away and hip hikers. So find a step somewhere in your house, yoga block, something that you have that's going to create a little bit of height. We're going to square that right foot on, stepping up. I have a ground bar here that I'm going to use. Otherwise, if you are using this in your home, you would have a handrail, such as steps that you could hold on to in the front and or behind you for balance. So I'm going to loosely hold on to this. Core is engaged, shoulders are square, chin is level. Okay. I'm going to make sure that that right knee does not bend. It's just this hip action. So I'm placing that left hand on that left hip. The hip is coming up and down, not bending that right leg. That right leg stays straight. So what we're doing here is we're building up that low back, that lumbar section. You know you're doing it right when there's a little bit of twinge in that left hip, and then also on the side of that right hip. So 2 sets of 10 here. So once again, notice that my shoulders are square. I'm not hiking that shoulder up. It's just my hips that are moving. And 1 more. Good. Once again, core is engaged, so I'm not letting that belly hang down to the floor. So now I'm going to square up that left foot. Right foot is hanging. Shoulders are square. Chin is level. Right hand on that right hip. Bringing that hip up and then down. For 10. So we're just strengthening, resetting that low back, lumbar area. Once again, that left leg is staying straight. That left knee is not bending when we go down. 3 more. 2 more. And last one. Good. So now the second set of 10. So we're going to turn back around, square up. That right leg, left hand on that left hip. Here we go. Check that form. Engage that core. We're breathing. Deep lymphatic breathing, in through your nose, out through your mouth. 2 more. Last one. All right, last set of 10. Here we go. Square up that left foot. Right leg's here. Hand is on that right hip. Here we go. Breathing. Check that form. I got 3 more. And 1 more. Good. All right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to slowly transition back down to our exercise mats and or the floor or rug if you're at home. Whatever works best for you. So be careful doing this. If you need a chair to assist you, please grab a chair. I'm going to come down on the mat. I'm going to turn around where the majority of you can see me, and you'll notice that I'm in my socks because of this next exercise. This one's easier to do either barefoot and or with your socks because your feet are never going to leave the mat and or the surface that you're currently on. This is called marching on your back. It's very similar to, for those of you who may remember playing outside as children, playing as soldiers, kind of marching in place, except for we're on our back. So anyone of any physical condition should be able to do and perform this exercise. So feet are flat on the mat, knees are bent. I'm going to grab my hamstring and I'm going to gently come on back. Good. So once I am back on the mat and the back of my head is on the mat, I'm not lifting that up. So I'm not going to lift up and strain those neck muscles. I'm going to bring those arms up, palms face together. I'm going to ball up those fists, leaving that thumb pointed out. And the reason I'm going to do that is that then gives me, as I go back, full range of motion here with that shoulder. So I'm not going to do any harm with that shoulder. So as the left arm goes back, the right knee is going to stay here, bent. I'm sliding that left, and the right arm comes. So it's opposite arm and leg here. So we're simply sliding. So you'll notice that my foot is sliding along the mat. It is not lifting up. So for those of you at home, we're going to be doing 20 of these. So 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. And notice, as I'm talking, keep going. Notice though, when you are fully extended on one side, how good that feels. It's a nice stretch. So what we're doing here is we're just simply resetting our spine. Some people say, ooh, that's a little bit of Rice Krispies. That's okay. Good. You're breathing here. Even though you're on the mat, we still want to control that core. So we still want to find that belly button, suck it to our spine, really engaging those core muscles. Good. I'm going to do a couple more here. Remember, you can do this, and I encourage you to do this as slow as possible and really get the most benefit out of that nice lengthening on that one side, that side oblique. That muscle runs along our spine. It just feels so good. Great. Okay. So now we're going to come back where we're laying on our mat. I'm going to bend my knees, placing my feet flat on the mat. So once again, they're hip width apart, my feet are. For beginners, and those of you who do not have any low back issues, we're going to be doing hip sorry. Got a little tongue tied. It's a Monday. My apologies. We're going to be doing pelvic thrust. So what we're going to do, without lifting that bum up off the mat, is we're simply rolling up. So we're taking that pubic bone, that pelvic bone, and trying to match it and or meet that breastbone. So it's this action. So we're engaging those abdominal muscles from the bottom of our breastbone to the top of that pubic bone. So just the pelvic thrust here. Pelvic crunches. So for those of you more advanced, if you would like, you can grab your exercise ball and you can actually pass the ball. So notice I've placed my feet on either side of the exercise ball. I'm going to engage my core here, so make sure I really have a tight core. I'm lifting that ball up, grabbing it with my arms, going above my head, coming back up, and allowing those legs to gently take that ball back down. If you have low back issues, please stick with the pelvic crunches and not pass the ball. You'll get there, trust me. All right. So normally if we were in an in-person class, you would be doing 20 of either the pelvic crunches and or pass the ball. So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to transition up onto our mat. We're going to be doing back extensions on our exercise ball. So I'm going to hopefully that exercise ball will stay there just for a second. So in order to safely get over, we're going to roll over to our side. I'm going to roll over to my left side so that way you can see. With my knees bent, I'm going to place that right hand palm face down in front of my chest and gently push myself up. Grab that exercise ball. We're going to be on our knees behind the exercise ball. I'm going to try to get where you guys can see me in the camera here. We're going to gently come up on the exercise ball, and when we do, I'm placing my fingertips on the mat in front until I can have the opportunity to really balance on the exercise ball, engage that core. You'll notice that my toes are actually on the mat, so my legs are about at a 45-degree angle behind me. So I'm going to take a deep breath in through my nose. I'm going to exhale it out, bringing my chin to the ball. On the next inhale, I'm coming up on the ball. When that low back says stop, please stop. So it's a nice, gentle back extension. This is a wonderful stretch, rehab, exercise position. It feels really good. It should not be painful. Exhale, coming down. Inhale gently up. Make sure you have that core engaged at all times. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Here we go. A couple more. Let's do two more. Why not? Here we go. And last one. Good. And I'm gently going to bend those knees coming back. Just in what I call a little bit of a modified child's pose, where I'm just kind of hugging the ball, just giving that low back just a little bit of a rest here. Just kind of rocking. So the next position that we're going to go into is called opposite arm and leg, or it is most commonly referred to as bird dog. So we're going to come up on the exercise ball, and I'm going to actually slide this back to where hopefully you can see me. So we're going to come up just a little bit further on the exercise ball, where our full abdomen is on the exercise ball. Hands or palms face down, directly below those shoulders. We're on the balls of those feet. Once again, it's going to be opposite arm and leg. So we're going to engage that core, find that belly button, suck it to your spine. We're going to come up with the left hand, left arm, right leg. So notice that that thumb on my left hand is pointed up. So once again, that gives me full range of motion in that shoulder, so I'm not doing any damage here. If you want a little bit of a better leg workout here, you can always flex that foot down and engage the back leg muscles from that Achilles tendon all the way up to that hamstring. So we're coming up, holding, 1, 2, back down. Coming up, holding, 1, 2, back down. So if you find that you're going to one side of the ball or the other, really find that core, that belly button, suck that belly button to your spine. Try to control the wavering on that exercise ball. And if holding for 1, 2 is too long for you, that's fine. Just come up and come back down. You'll get there. Practice, practice. Breathing. Also, another tip for you here. watching TV, always just gently sitting on the ball, bouncing, and then you can also get on the exercise ball, do those back extensions, and this position as well. So if you have like a sheet of paper or a magazine, placing it on that low back where there's not a lot of weight. So you'll notice here that I'm not lifting that leg very high. It's not about how high you can get that leg, it's about keeping that low back level. So remember, in engaging our core in all of these exercises that really challenge our core, challenge our balance and instability, that builds our core, in turn strengthens our low back muscles. So that's what you really should strive for. So now what we're going to do is we're going to transition back down to the mat on our backs. I'm going to gently bend those knees, coming back on the exercise ball. If you need to just bounce to your rock here for just a few minutes in that modified child's pose, just to release that low back, you certainly can. All right. I'm going to transition. Now where I'm on my back, I'm going to try to keep a hold of that exercise ball. It likes to run around the room on me. All right. So once again, feet are on the mat. I'm going to grab that hamstring, rolling myself back. Heels are going to be on top of the exercise ball. Once the back of my head is flat on the mat, I'm not lifting that head up. I'm not going to strain those neck muscles. We're going to go into just a simple reverse plank. So palms face down on either side of those thighs. We're going to engage that core, and then we're thrusting that pelvic region, that pelvis up to the ceiling. Notice my core's engaged here, but muscles are constricted. They're tight. And the ball may be going a little side to side here. That's kind of normal. However, try to control that movement with your core. Couple breaths. And if you're like, Melissa, I can't hold that. Great, that's fine. Just simply bring that bum back down to the mat. Take a deep breath in. Exhale it out, and then just simply come back up. Remember, this is your workout. There's no competition. This workout was designed by Dr. Picone to help you improve, to help you build those core muscles, strengthen that back, rehab any issues that you have with those shoulders, neck, cervical issues, arms, and also to build up those biceps, triceps. All right, we're gently coming back down. Oh, that felt good. All right, so now we're going to go into some hamstring curls. So if you're unable to hold that plank position, you're going to keep your bum right here on the mat, and we're simply curling gently those legs in. Okay? Engage that core right here. If you're able to come up in that reverse plank, curling in, you certainly can right here. This really works. Those hamstrings, also those hips, those IT bands that run down the side and the outside of those knees. For those of you who are walkers and runners, you know about that pesky IT band. This is going to strengthen that, stretch that out. Let's do two more. Last one. Good. All right, gently coming back down to your mat if you're not already there. We're going to start the cool down, everyone. So one of Melissa's favorite is the number 4 stretch. This is kind of a reverse pigeon. It opens up those hip flexors, really strengthens and stretches out that psoas muscle very gently. You're also going to feel it a little bit in those IT bands. So we're going to keep that left leg on the exercise ball. We're going to place that right ankle over that left knee, bending that left knee, bringing that left knee a little bit into our chest. Both feet are flexed, and notice I've wrapped my hands around that left hamstring. I'm gently pulling in. So you're going to feel this in the right leg, that hamstring running along the outside where that IT band is. You're going to feel it a little bit in that groin muscle, that psoas muscle, that hip flexor. Gently pulling in, breathing. So in this stretch and rest and recovery phase that we're in right now, the two things you want to focus on is your heart rate and then also your breathing. So bringing that heart rate down just a little bit, back down to normal. rhythm and or cadence. So we're going to gently stretch out that left leg, placing the right leg on the exercise ball, left ankle's going over the right knee, bringing it in. So I've wrapped my hands now around that right hamstring and I'm pulling in. So once again, you're going to feel this in that hamstring and then running along the outside of that left leg, that IT band. Both feet are flexed. So I'm really getting a nice, gentle stretch here. Breathing. Once again, focusing on your breath and your heart rate. Nice. Now I'm going to straighten that right leg. I'm going to just, if that exercise ball will stay there, that's fine. Otherwise, you can just roll around for a little bit and we'll find it. Knees are bent, feet are flat on the mat. I'm going to now bring up one bended knee at a time, wrapping my hands around my knees, feet are flexed. And I'm going to gently rock side to side, following that belt line. We're just gently, very gently, releasing and resetting that back. From that mid-thoracic all the way up, all the way down to that low back. Breathing. And I know I sound like a broken record with breathe, breathe, breathe. However, you would be amazed at how many people hold their breath and they don't realize it. So with that being said, I'm going to drop those hands ever so gently down, face down, on either side of my thighs. If you can, raising those legs up into the air, so straightening those legs, feet are flexed, so it should look like you're holding up the ceiling. I'm now going to bring both arms up, palms face together. My shoulders are still flat on the mat, so I'm going to start to release my upper back, because even though I said throughout today's entire routine, breathe, 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 sometimes we forget to do that. So inhale, I'm gently going to lift those shoulders up off the mat. Exhale, coming back down. Inhale up, exhale back down. Inhale up, back down. Let's do one more. Inhale up, exhale down. Once here, I'm going to gently allow those fingers and hands and arms to gently just flutter through the air. Palms face down on either side of those thighs. Low back issues, bend those knees here, placing those feet flat on the mat, straightening those legs out. No low back issues, or you've taken this class for many times and you've built up that core low back, gently keeping those legs straight and lowering those back down to the mat. I was afraid I was going to hit the exercise ball. Once those legs are flat on the mat, then allow those feet to fall to the side. So now we're really opening up those hip flexors. It should feel so good. Breathing. We're in everyone's favorite pose, otherwise known as Shavasana in yoga. This is your rest and recovery pose. So this is where you're going to do a body scan, making sure that if there's any muscles that are just still a little tweaky or like, whoo, that really worked that muscle today or that muscle group. Breathing just a little bit of oxygen and focusing that breath into that muscle and or muscle groups, just trying to relax those muscles. You should feel good after this routine. One more breath. Blow it all out. I'm going to bend my knees, placing my feet flat on the mat, rolling over to the left side. Once again, placing that right palm face down in front of my chest. I'm going to use that palm to gently sit myself up or sit yourself up. All right. You can either stay here on the mat, whatever's most comfortable for you. If you want to stay here in what I call crisscross applesauce, you certainly can. Legs out to do these final stretches and cool down. Or you can grab your exercise ball and sit on your exercise ball while you're gently bouncing on the exercise ball. I'm going to choose to stay here today. So what I'm going to do, making sure that I'm sitting up nice and straight and tall, so wherever you are, engage that core, find your belly button suck into your spine. You're going to bring those arms up, palms face together, directly out from those shoulders. we're going to take that left arm across. The right hand is going to grab below the shoulder, bicep, tricep. So never the shoulder. Don't wrap that hand around the shoulder or the elbow. So right here, gently stretching it across your chest. Thumb is up. So we're not harming that shoulder. Breath. Then we're going to bring those arms back out and then squeeze them together. So bend those elbows. We want those shoulder blades and scapulas to come together. So envision you have a little bit of a little walnut, in between those shoulder blades, and you're trying to keep it there. You're trying to hold it there. Really get that movement. Good. We're coming back out. Right arm's going across the chest. Once again, gently with that left. Thumb is up. Breathing. And then bringing those shoulder blades back together. Oh, that should feel so good. Opening up that chest, really allowing you to take a deep breath in. Oh. Good. We're gently going to release those hands down to your knees or on top of your legs if you're on the exercise ball. Let's do some shoulder shrugs here. So inhale through our nose. We're bringing those shoulders up to our earlobes. Exhale, gently releasing them. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Inhale. Exhale. To finish off the routine, we're going to be doing 5 neck rolls to the left and 5 neck rolls to the right. So going to the left, we're bringing our chin to our chest, left ear to left shoulder, bringing that neck gently back, right ear to right shoulder, chin to chest. So keep going gently. This should not be done fast, slowly and deliberately. You might hear a little bit of snap, crackle, pop. It depends upon the day. All right, coming back center. Now we're doing 5 to the right. So chin to your chest, right ear to right shoulder. We're coming back, left ear to left shoulder. So very gently. You know your range of motion, you know your flexibility. When your neck says stop, please stop. I've got one more. And then I'm coming back up to neutral. I'm going to make sure if I'm on my exercise ball that I'm gently going to come to a stop. Feet are flat on the mat. Grab that exercise ball. Make sure you're grounded before you stand up. If you are on the mat, like myself, on the floor, make sure you get up like you're 103 very carefully, very easily. Until the next time we see each other, which will be for this class, Total Body Ball, Thursday at 1:30. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, a fantastic week. Stay healthy and stay safe. Thank you, everyone.